Good morning. I'm bobtailing.
In 100 meters, turn left on 2nd Avenue West.
Don't think I have a stop sign. We'll find out. Our CMP will let me know if there was or wasn't.
Turn left at the stop sign.
Might be a little difficult. Getting on here.
At the end of the street, turn right.
Okay, let's go find my trailers. We're in Prince Rupert. I stopped over there, parked and went for a walk. It's raining. I'm like, I don't care. I'm in Prince Rupert. I'm going for a walk. Went for a walk to
At the stop sign.
coastline and enjoyed the fog and rain. Only spent about an hour out there, but an hour is enough to get soaking wet.
Continue on McBride Street.
It was fun. It's a good walk. At first I'm like, I'll go to the Safeway and park in the parking lot and buy some groceries. Signs everywhere, 1 hour parking while shopping in Safeway. Like, okay. I kind of expected that. In a tourist town like this, you have so many problems with RVs clogging up your parking lots. Let's go in the other lane. I'm just too wide for that lane and parked vehicles. Anytime there's a tourist town, pedestrian is waving us to go, or the van to go. It's like, you're doing us a disservice by waving us through. You've got the right of way, just go. Don't wave people through, it just creates confusion. A lot higher chance of accidents. Same with you as a vehicle, don't wave a pedestrian. If they stop on the middle road, just proceed carefully. It rains here a lot, especially October. It's their wet month, at least one of their wet months. So I called 911 yesterday. It's just two separate lanes here. I think so. Still 50 though. I'm speeding up. Yeah, so last night, about almost to the Rainbow Summit, there's a huge tree falling over, and the tree was partly in my lane, but I could pass it without hitting it. But eastbound traffic, right at face level, here's a tree at like a 45-degree angle, like a big spear aiming for people's windshields. I'm like, someone goes eastbound and does not see that tree. I didn't see it until last second. I would have hit it. I would have flat out hit it if it had been in my lane. my trailers are. So I figured that was a pretty dangerous situation, so I called 911 and explained to them where it was. And they dispatched someone to look at the tree. Yeah, if it was on the ground, it would have maybe destroyed a vehicle, but because it was at windshield level, that thing could skew someone like, oh man, that would be so bad. It'd be so very, very, very bad if someone hit that tree. I'm trying to remember where my turnoff is. Where's my trailers? Wouldn't that suck? I can't remember where my trailers are. Call dispatch. Could you guys look at the GPS tracker of my trailer and tell me where they are? I only dropped them off here for a little while, but I still put a pin lock on them. I did buy some donuts from Safeway. Can't have better donuts than from. It's still on a low gear because I started climbing uphill. Safeway's got some of the best donuts.
Turn left on Cayenne Road.
Yield, no one's coming. There's my trailers. Northwest Fuels. Card lock. I wonder if one of my cards would work there. All right, time to take the pin lock off and hawk on. All right, I'm all aired up and ready to go. Nearly had a heart attack. I'm like, what's that sound? I have some crazy air leak. It's a weird air leak sound. I'm beside a recycling place. They were dumping a big bin of aluminum cans that have been ground up. It sounded kind of like an air leak. Okay, let's get on to the Yellowhead.
Turn right on Volcanic Road, then take the first left.
Eastbound. My mirrors really suck in the rain.
Turn left at the stop sign.
Now he's turning off. Darn it. Oh well. It's not a little too late. Okay. Eastbound. About 9 hours of drive time. I should arrive in Prince George right around 7 o'clock or so. Still have plenty of time, even with me exploring Prince Rupert for a little bit. Sorry, Jess. She's still at home, very sick. I still can't quite get rid of my cough, but I'm getting much better. At least I don't feel sick anymore. I saw Prince Rupert and have Safeway donuts. A double whammy. Oh, well, that was a whammy too. Heck of a speed bump. I noticed that all the ground up here, all the dirt, all the mud, isn't muddy, it's all sandy. You'll sink in deep and get stuck easily, but it's all sandy. Liquefaction would happen so fast up here. Wouldn't want to be here in an earthquake. Lake Park. That's a nice little lake here. Yeah, pullout's even big enough for a big rig. One at least. Wouldn't want more than one. During tourist season, there'd be no way. Seems to be raining a little harder up here. When I called 911, I told them it was 4 kilometers from this intersection, and they're like, Never heard of that intersection. I'm like, oh great. Like, okay, what's a local lingo? I'm like, okay, there's a bridge going off the island 4 kilometers east of that. And they're like, what island? I'm like, I don't know what it's called, but the island Prince Rupert is on. And she's like, Prince Rupert is not an island. I'm like, my GPS says it is. I'm like, okay, what else can I say? How can I describe this? I'm like, Rainbow Pass, near the top of Rainbow Pass. Oh yeah, we know Rainbow Pass. I'm like, oh, hallelujah. I'm like, I'm not a local. I don't know the local terms for everything. I don't know. We're kind of seeing the ocean right here. Would you say we're on an island? This is called the Strait. What is the strait called? Hecate? Hecate. Hecate Strait. So it's not a river, it's a strait. Which would make this an island, right? Viewpoint. Here's the bridge going off the island. It looks like a river, but it's a strait that goes all the way around the island. This is ocean saltwater. So I said 4 kilometers from this intersection. She didn't know where this intersection was. So, I was wrong. I was completely wrong. Last week I hinted I was coming this way. And I said the hint was, it's the only highway where you have to split your trailers. And the truckers that were telling me that, I don't know if it used to be that way over here, or they said the wrong town name, or maybe there's a location somewhere here where you have to split trailers, but there's no signing anywhere and no steep descent into Prince Rupert that would require splitting trailers. So I don't know if the old highway, maybe you had to split trailers back in the day. People still talk about it, but no need for splitting trailers. So I was completely wrong. I was misinformed. And because I was misinformed, I was misinforming people. It's about 2 kilometers. So another 2 kilometers is where I saw the tree. I didn't look very carefully at the kilometers, so up this way somewhere, in the next kilometer or so. keep my eyes open, see if there's a place where they cleared a tree. And maybe if they cleared it completely away, there will be no visible sign of where it was. And we'll never know exactly the location. There's kilometer markers here. I should have paid attention to that. But it was raining so hard yesterday, I had a hard time seeing the road. I was doing well below the speed limit because I couldn't see the road. And hydroplaning. I was hydroplaning with a load. Well, I guess that's where the tree was. Yep, there's the tree. I'm a loaded truck and I was hydroplaning and I wasn't even doing speed limit. It was a lot of water on here last night. Keeps raining this hard, I might have to slow down again too. There's too much water on the road. But there's a lot more traffic on the road. More traffic kicks the pools of water off the road. Last night there was so little traffic, the water pooled on the road a lot more. So I'll keep my eyes peeled. It is beautiful up here. So beautiful. Just expect rain. A lot of it. So beautiful, so wild up here. Watch for debris, slide area. Okay, I guess that's right beside us here, or ahead. Foot hovering over brake. Flashing lights, slow her down. Flashing lights means slow down to 70 in British Columbia. Other provinces, it's slow down to 60. Oh, look at that. Holy smokes, a lot more trees. These trees went right across the road and there's a lot of trees down. Glad I made it through there before it closed the road down. That would have definitely closed the road down. people in a rush go by, I don't mind. As long as they don't slow down after passing me. Yesterday when I hit Terrace, I'm like, I'm almost there. My GPS said 2 hours to go. I'm like, dope, not almost there yet. It doesn't look that far, but in BC, roads are curvy. It's a long distance. Because I can see over this pass where there used to be different roads over the pass, steeper passes, so maybe those were the passes that you had to split trailers on. I don't know. Maybe someone can shed some light on the situation. Almost stopped raining. We're just coming down the last part of Rainbow Pass. And it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Had to drive this in the dark yesterday. McNeil River. Oh, another really cool thing I found out. Prince Rupert has its own accent. It was weird. I'm like, I heard a couple people talking. I'm like, they must be from somewhere else. They've got a unique accent. I can't place it. And then talk to somebody else and somebody else. Everybody speaks with this accent. I'm like, it's secluded enough that they speak their own accent. Got a voicemail. Wait till I get a little better cell service and I'll call my stopping both directions. Oh, they're stopping us so someone can cross the road. Got it. More coming. I see trucks driving in the forest. right. I guess still 50 here, huh? Love those mountains in the background there. Shame the clouds weren't a little bit higher and we'd have a better view. So I think they're working on the railroad. Beautiful. Oh, this is awesome. Over the train track. This is pretty darn epic. Oh yeah. Wow. I'm sure the camera's not doing this justice. This is pretty awesome. I really don't have words for it. Yeah, exactly. Just wow. House up there. Looks abandoned, but looks like a helipad next to it. Might be electricity related. Man, that's just so amazing. So cool. I don't know if I'm beside a strait or a inlet or a lake or a river. Is this still part of the ocean or not? I don't know. If they get tides here, and it is part of the ocean, it would be high tide now because I don't see any sign of tides. It makes me think it's part of a river. But who knows? Well, someone knows. I just don't. I don't know. And I'm not going to Google it right now. There might be something a little unsafe about that. Not to mention illegal. Quite a swampy section here. Ducks like it. Oh, holy smokes. Way in the background there. Pretty sure. Not 100%. Let's see if I get another view of it. To me, it looked like there was a huge animal on the shoreline. Come on, give me another view. It's going to be all trees, isn't it? Dope. Dope, 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 dope. I think I saw a moose, but I can't be 100% sure. And these trees won't let me see. Can't look behind me. We'll never know. Back into the forest. Love all the trees, have all this moss hanging from them. Definitely rainforest. I don't see any old growth trees though. I don't know if this has all been forested in the past. I guess it must have been if there's no old growth. Oh wow, love those clouds and those mountains in the background. Oh man. Oh. Reflections in the water. Yeah. Definitely in awe of the beauty over here. Way in the background you see mountains big enough for lots of snow on them. The reflections are just so gorgeous. Wow. Absolutely wow. This is a pretty amazing experience. I'm not going to forget this. Fog layers and the clouds and the how blessed we are to live in a world this beautiful. Thank you, Setco, for giving me a run like this. Prince Rupert was always on my bucket list place to visit. I think we'll have to research when this place is drier and plan a vacation up this way. I could spend a few weeks here. Car, there's a solid line for you can't pass here. This is dangerous. You can't see around that corner. How do you know there's no one coming? Just relax and enjoy the beauty. I'm already driving 2 kilometers. It's jumping back and forth between 1 and 2 kilometers over the speed limit. Got the GPS set. I think that's a pretty fair way of not speeding. At least I wouldn't consider 1 or 2 over speeding. That's usually where I set the GPS. Barely over the speed limit by 1 or 2. If it hits 3, it's time to slow down a bit. That way it's stress-free driving. And I can just enjoy the scenery. If you have a little downgrade, you won't gain enough speed to go 10 over. Just enjoy the drive. And what a beautiful drive this is. This is by far my favorite trucking experience yet. Yep, Highway 16, west of Terrace, right to the beach, is going to be on my list of favorite highways. I didn't get to see any of this last night because it was raining so hard and it was pitch black. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this too. I'm making a long video. Well, I guess all my videos are longer now than they used to be. Because they used to be 10-15 minutes, just short little videos. And I try to say everything I want to say in the first 15 minutes. After that, just come along for the ride. So if you're ever watching these videos, don't feel guilty for just watching the first 15 minutes, hear what I gotta say, and then bail out. But every now and then there's going to be scenery like this after those 15 minutes. I know some of you guys said you guys don't mind any dead air, just enjoying the scenery like this. On a day like today, I agree with you guys. make the video a full 2 hours long, so I'll definitely clip stuff out, but this is so amazing. Waterfalls on the other side there, like so many waterfalls on the other side. See 5 or 6 or 7, maybe more. So little white ribbons coming down the mountains. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but okay, there's got to be a tide, because I just saw around those little rocks the water was pouring inland. The water's flowing inland here instead of out to the ocean, so the tide's definitely coming in. So even if it's a river, there is tides. The river's flowing the wrong way. Look at those waterfalls up there. Just massive waterfalls. Amazing. One has a huge drop there. Right at the end of the cloud there, the middle of the mountain. It's got to be hundreds, thousands of feet high. I don't know. Perception of how high it really is probably skewed from this distance, but some huge, huge, huge waterfalls. River's starting to flow the other direction here. It's flowing to the ocean. Basically, it's flowing the right direction. Kilometers inland now on the road. Not as the bird flies. We didn't quite start at 0 because that would have been the ferry landing that goes down to Vancouver Island. Where you headed, CN truck? I guess he needed to get off the railroad, so we won't see any trains. Unless they're getting off the railroad for a train right now. Obviously they're working on the rail. Those pickups have little train wheels on them, so they park on the rail and then the wheels lower down to the rail, and then you can drive the pickups along the railroad track. And then you're fully self-driving. Just set cruise control and go. No steering needed. But those CN workers get to see some epic scenery like this as well. Looks like conservation officers launched their boats, so they must be out on the water. Some kind of flashing light ahead of us. I think it's on the railroad track, but I'm not sure. As we keep going further inland, there's less and less moss on the trees. Still is some moss, but there's less and less of it. We're going through different ecosystems. More railroad repair stuff. They're parked out on the sidings, so they might be getting ready for a train. It's going to be a very on and off job. Everybody quick, onto the rails. Let's repair as fast as possible. Oh, got to get off the road now, or the rails now. Here comes a train. And you sit there, and you have to get off quite a bit earlier than a train comes to clear the track. Sit there and be bored for an hour or so, and then back onto the rails. I don't know how much downtime they have, but I'm sure they time out their lunch breaks and coffee breaks during that downtime. I liked it better when we were on the other side of the railroad. Have a better viewpoint, but this is beautiful too. I like trains. It'd be pretty cool if a train came down the track right now. I got some cell service. I'll call my sister and see if she's up for a visitor tonight. Totally said 70 kilometers ahead, didn't it? Enjoying the scenery too much. Slow to 60 anyway for the corner. Narrow roads. Single lane traffic. I know it says 70, but I don't feel comfortable doing 70 to traffic controller. They're just working on the bridge. I'm so happy it stopped raining and we can see some of this. Even though it's a cloudy day, just seeing the beautiful, beautiful day, beautiful mountains. The clouds probably add to it, right? It's just gorgeous. Some old rock cuts. Check the waterfall here on the other lane. When it was raining hard yesterday, there was a lot of water all of a sudden, just splash. It's like driving your truck literally through a waterfall. It's like, whoa, I can't see a thing. Took the wipers a couple of swings to get all the water off the truck, off the windshield. Crossing safety upgrades. Bumpy road here. Why are we slowing down? Maybe they thought the red light was for them.
Yeah, Becky, I got you figured about 13 minutes ahead of me.
Turn that off. We're on the more scenic side of the tracks now. Oh, we're getting back into more of the trees. See a train? I see a train. They're all coal cars. rest area looked like something like a bear had gone through the garbage because there was debris all over around the garbage cans. Those garbage cans are designed to lock in, but if you don't lock them in, it doesn't take much for a bear to get through it all. Still beside the train. It's a long one. Crossing over top of the train. Cars are all empty. I see the front of it there. It's not a very long train after all. It might just feel like it's a long one because we're going the same direction as it is. They got one or two engines up front. I didn't see any in the center, but there's so many trees that I might have missed it. Two engines, CN number 2896 and 3113. My dyslexia really likes that front one. 3113. You guys should see how I feel up. My dyslexia shows. I guess it might be more than just dyslexia, but I like numbers in order. I like my fuel up would be 616.1 liters or 313.1 liters. Or 525.2 liters, 474.7 liters. Always disappointed when I can't make the numbers line up. I was just wondering, is dyslexia and OCD related? Because I definitely have both. can't have things out of place. And yet, I reverse things all the time. I can't have things out of place, and yet I put things out of place. But it's okay if they're backwards. They're not really out of place. I like that. Very visible. Very, very, very visible bike. Got a very bright LED on the front too, so. Ahead. A lot of lumber headed westbound to the coast. I'm sure that gets put into containers and goes across the ocean. Almost back to Terrace. I know I can fuel up in Terrace. I'm at 3/8 of a tank. So do I fuel up now? Do I wait? Can I make it to Houston? That would be optimal if I could make it to Houston. And there was that petrol pass at the intersection of, what is it, Highway 37, northbound to Alaska? There's a petrol pass there. I can for sure make it there. Maybe I'll do that, go there and see how much fuel I've got left. If I think I can make it to Houston, I'll rather go fuel up in Houston. Because if I can make it to Houston, I should be able to make it all the way home without having to fuel up. At least close. And I did fill up DEF when I fueled up in Prince George yesterday. Welcome to Terrace. I might be able to make it all the way to Prince George. That'd be even better. I filled up Prince George and I had a little less than half a tank of fuel in Prince Rupert, but I'm running empty back. I had supper at this pullout yesterday. I will not fuel up in Terrace. I'll have to decide if I'm going to fill up at Houston or Prince George. I think that's the decision I have to make. Terrace is also beautiful. So if anyone wants to know what Prince Rupert's like, you can tell them it is like rainy. It is a lot of rain. At least this time of year. Jess is saying in October they get a lot of rain. It's a rainy season. So I can officially say I've made it to Terrace 3 times now. Well, I went through it yesterday and today again. Does that make it 4? 3 trips this way anyway. I delivered in Terrace once, last year I think. And then last week we went to Kitimat, which I would count as coming through Terrace, even though we didn't drive through Terrace, but we came up to Terrace. And then this week, another run this way. Lava bed. There's a lava bed here. Cool. I would like to visit that. Nisqa Highway, Nisqa Highway, Nisqa Lava Bed. Probably pronouncing that completely wrong, but love all the colors on the grass here. There's reds and yellows and greens all mixed together. Canadian Tire, so I delivered right behind Canadian Tire here somewhere. Actually, this RV place. Yes, that's where I delivered. The back end of this RV place. They deliver trailers here. Not RVs, just trailers. Like utility trailers. Oh yeah, there's some utility trailers up there. Watch out for the dogs, watch out for the kid. Did I tell you yesterday or day before? I got 2 fist pumps this week. Looking for more. Let's go for a record. Let's go one more fist pump. Fist pump. I want to honk that air horn. I honestly think it's more fun for me than the kid. Not enough kids do the fist pump, so do the adult thing and teach your kids how to pump their fists. Let's get some air horns out there.
Meters. Turn right on Sandover Pass, then take the first left. It was a fairly hard break. I'm like, I can make it. the traffic light, then take the first left.
I don't know if I have to signal here. Oh, we need a little more of this lane, or else I curb it. I want to be in this lane anyway, right? Oh no, I want to be in this lane. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a tourist here.
Turn left on Keith Avenue.
Just passing through. Do I have to signal here since there is no other way for me to go? Yeah, that's good. They got a nice little dip in the sidewalk there. And get nice and wide around the corner. Well designed. If I knew what I was doing, or if I knew the road, it's well designed. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that. If you guys stuck out all the way through this long video, you guys rock. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Headed back home.